Han,
Yes, babe.
many people have been asking about your brothers and sisters. Where did life take them, and are you still close today?
No, I'd like to be able to tell a happy ending, but unfortunately, when we all grew up in different directions. Starting with my eldest brother, Tony. He went from failed relationship to failed relationship. He ended up suing my mother over some silly amount of money. And believe it or not, the courts awarded him that money. And then he became estranged from the family because nobody wanted anything to do with a relative, a brother who sues his own mother. Last time I heard, he's a disc jockey in Bristol. I did make some subtle inquiries, but I haven't found any radio station in the Bristol area that has my brother's name. And he goes by a few names, Tony, Anthony, and he goes by two surnames, both his own father's surname and my surname. I can't find any DJ in the Bristol area. But as I said, my sister said he's in Bristol, so I cannot sort of doubt the veracity of that statement. My next brother, the next oldest brother, the one above me, unfortunately he died. He contracted cancer, and he took him far too young, and he's buried in the local cemetery in Basingstoke. My sister, she's still married in Basingstoke. She is working in the leisure industry. She seems happy with her place in life at the moment. She works very hard for her money, and she's got a beautiful house in a very quiet area of Basingstoke. Then there's myself, and as you know, I'm happily married. I've got a wife, I've got a beautiful daughter, and although life throws some curveballs in our lives, you just have to have the resilience just to rise above it and just keep your chin up and just keep plowing on. Now, unfortunately, my younger sister, I haven't seen her for 40 years. I believe she's in the Sevenoaks area. She's been in and out of social care because she had some drink and substance abuse issues. Her family life has fallen apart because of drink and obviously the bad choices that she made. Like I said, I'd like it to be a fairy tale ending, but unfortunately in real life, fairy tales don't have sometimes happy endings. So we're just an average family in United Kingdom. Some of us made very good choices, some of us made less well thought out sort of decisions.
So when did you last saw or meet the oldest one?
Tony. The last time I met him was in 1989, and that is when it's at Jack's funeral, and he was just being a complete idiot. Nobody in the family wanted to speak to him. He turned up like the black sheep that he was, caused trouble at the funeral, which really upset my mum. So that was over 30 years ago. I have not seen him since. I don't really want to see him. I don't harbour any ill will towards him. I just think that anyone who sues your own mother and has such little feeling as to make her upset on the death of her husband doesn't deserve any pity from me. But as I said, it's God's decision what happens in his life. I'm a great believer that you leave things to the justice of God. As I said, Sean died a few years ago, which, as I said, the cancer took him far too young, because he had established a family.
So who's the closest to you now?
The closest to me, and always has been, is my sister Sharon. She's about a year older than me. She's always had my back. because of some family difficulty, when I found myself homeless, she couldn't help me. She didn't have room in her house, and there was social friction between, you know, me and her husband, which obviously could not be reconciled. But as I said, you know, we're living in Basingstoke. My sister is in Basingstoke, and we see them quite a lot. When it's your birthday, when it's my birthday, when it's Christmas, when it's, you know, baby's birthday. She's always involved in our lives, and I think she'll always will be. You know, she is a very firm rock. When Mom, you know, she's kind of like the archetypal person who, basically, she's a solid person.
I love her too.
Yep, she's a really good girl.